Hello students, let's talk about the layers of the growth plate. And to make things easier, I'm comparing the growth plate to a football making factory. We all know the layers of the growth plate. It is the germinal layer, proliferative layer, hypertrophic layer, and the zone of provisional calcification. Now, the germinal layer of the growth plate can be compared to a storage room of a factory where all the raw materials are kept. Similarly, in the germinal layer, glycogen, lipids, and proteoglycans are stored here. And we all know that the storage room in a football factory is very important. And similarly, even the germinal layer is considered as the most important zone of the growth plate. And also, if the storage room does not function well, the whole factory will shut down. And similarly, if there is any disorder occurring in the germinal zone, that will result in a longitudinal growth arrest. Now let's talk about the proliferative zone. The proliferative zone can be compared to a conveyor belt where these raw materials are getting conveyed into a template of the football. Now when this zone goes wrong, what happens is either the football template is formed very large or very short. And similarly, in case of proliferative zone, this is where you have disorders like achondroplasia or gigantism. And remember that in this zone, the amount of cells will show the activity that is occurring in the growth plate. Now coming to the third zone, that is the hypertrophic zone. Now in the hypertrophic zone, the chondrocytes are getting vacuolized or becoming larger in size. And how can you remember this? You can remember this as a football template that has been filled with air. It is getting inflated. Now what can go wrong here? In this phase, whenever you're filling air to a football, it can either burst or it can slip away. And similarly, the disorders occurring in the hypertrophic zone is either physeal trauma or slipped capital femoral epiphysis. Now coming to the last zone, that is the zone of provisional calcification. In this zone, all of these chondrocytes that have matured will then get mineralized or they'll be impregnated with calcium salts. And think of this as all the footballs that are inflated are now being sorted into separate boxes. And what is the disorder that occurs in this zone? The disorder is when there is no mineralization of these chondrocytes, resulting in a disorder called as rickets. So this was a fun analogy to remember all the layers of the growth plate. Tell me in the comments if you have any other fun and engaging analogies. Thank you.